Myself, Kanika, and I'll be your speaker for this session. I'll ask you a few questions. You answer. If you make a mistake, I'll stop you there and I'll correct it, and then we move on. Because giving a feedback and giving out the errors you made in between is quite hard. You don't really remember all of it. Either I won't remember, either you won't remember that you said that. So I'll simply stop you at that moment, and then we can move on. Is that fine?
Okay, okay, you can interrupt me. Anyway, okay.
Okay, perfect. So, are you comfortable having a talk on this topic, or do you want to talk on something else?
No, I'm compatible on topic. Okay.
Okay, so my first question for you is, are you interested in history? It could be Indian, American, world history, anything. Are you just interested in history?
Actually, I'm science student and I'm an engineer. Okay. That's why I dislike history. And in my childhood, I also never read history. From 6th standard to 8th standard, I read history, and the teacher was very good, and he taught me very well the history.
Yes.
In the class, he taught me on the blackboard for when any fighting. Okay, but I never interested in history because I couldn't remember the history. I can
Okay, all right.
understand the things and I cannot remember the things. Okay, that's why I dislike history.
Okay, all right. So, is all right. Do you believe, I mean, according to you, is there a moment in history that you believe is very important? This particular thing should have happened.
Pardon me, what did you say?
I said, is there a moment in history, according to you, a moment in history,
Okay,
according to you, that is very important?
okay.
Like,
In
there could be
history, if
many
you,
that, according to, for example, how in the internet, the making of internet, the making of smartphones, mobile phones, the making of light or the light bulb, etc. All of that are significant moments in history. A lot of huge scientists
yeah,
and experimenters made that happen, and all of that was quite important according to me because it made our life easier. So, in that manner, are there certain moments that you believe are very important that have had
okay, okay.
happened?
I understand. In 1945, when America introduced atomic bomb to all over world, and
That
and also America used on that atomic bomb on Japan, and I think that was harmful for people. But the property of nuclear fission and nuclear that was very good because by nuclear fission uh, we can generate electricity. Okay, if you know the thermal power plant is based on a nuclear. Okay, I think that was very important for human, and we are using mobile, laptop, and many things which is running through electricity, and electricity is most important nowadays. Okay, and I think that was a very significant moment, and I think 8 to 9 year back when Paytm, Phone Pay, and many other mobile app came, which make easier people to send money, and
mm,
also I think online shopping also came before 8 or 9 year back. Okay, and this was also very good for people, and I don't know when flight came and train came, and I think when it was came to use for people, it was also good. for people that people can easily travel.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, that's all you can say.
Okay, so let's just say an atomic bomb or atom bomb or whatsoever nuclear power plants were established. If you were in their place, have you would have you done the same, or would you choose another option? Because it is dangerous. It is helpful, but it is also dangerous at the same time if it's in
Yeah,
wrong hands.
yeah, absolutely. If operator is not so skilled, then also can dangerous for people
Yeah, so
who
let's
is
just say
working.
you were the one who developed the nuclear power plants, the first nuclear power plant, or you developed the theory.
Okay.
Um, would you have done the same if you were in the place of the original creator, or would you go for something else? Like if I was in their place and if I was told to make a missile or the first missile, I would not do that and I would choose some other option because I am not a fan of violence.
Yeah, but I would do.
Okay, nice. And apart from that, okay, my next question. Have you ever been inspired by a historical figure?
Historical figure means, can you elaborate the historical figure?
Edison, Einstein,
Okay, okay, okay.
there's so
Yeah,
many.
yeah, I understand. You know Newton. Newton
Yeah,
was sitting under the tree, and
study.
apple down, and he saw that apple was down. He thought in his mind.
Yeah, yeah. So he discovered
He thought,
gravity.
yeah, that's why he discovered the gravity.
Mm.
Okay. I also want to see the like that, but I couldn't find any. Yeah,
You couldn't find any apple.
no, 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 not apple. You can say how khojna,
Discover.
search, discover. Yeah, I also want to discover something which is helpful for people,
Okay,
but
okay. That's quite no
I'm
problem.
not able to.
Well, it will take time. They did not do that when they were 12-year-old. They did that after they made a lot of mistakes and they tried a lot of theories and then they discovered something like that. It takes a lot of time. So, do
Yeah,
you?
and also they did some embarrassing moment that
Mm.
people laugh on him. I think,
Yeah, humiliated them. They had to face a lot of humiliation.
yeah, some people said that he was mad. Every scientist was mad. That's why they discover things.
Okay, so do you think those historical figures ever made mistakes?
Yeah, I think, mm, who invented the bulb? I don't remember that. Einstein. Hmm? The person who invented the bulb, once he
Thomas
was
Edison.
Thomas Alva Edison. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have heard that he eaten the something kide makoda. How I don't insect.
Insects.
Insect. When his mother asked him, then he told that bird are flying because he eaten the insects. That's why I had eaten the insects. I ca- I could fly.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. So, a few more questions. What are the effects of those prominent, significant historical figures in today's world? And are those effects huge?
What did you say? I didn't.
What were the effects on the world we know today? What were the effects of those particular historical moments in the world
Okay.
today? Choose any one moment, choose nuclear power or the light bulb or anything else, and the effect of that particular discovery in today's world.
Yeah, I think if you take an example of a bulb, okay, in ancient or if, I think 10 year or 20 years back, people are using kerosene lamp and not using bulb. Okay, due to Thomas Alva Edison, he invented the bulb, and we are using bulb, and we can easily read books and also play match, play games by using the bulb.
Correct. Okay. Is there any event in your mind that you want to know more about? Any historical event that you want to know more about, that you're very curious about?
Event. Okay.
Historical moment.
If I would like to see the uh, fighting by elephant and horse, and some people are running by foot. Okay, nowadays uh, there are many missiles armed which can used by any country. But I think 100 year back or 200 year back there was no any arm, and the kings were used only elephant and horse.
Mhm.
And I have read in 6th or 7th class that king also used for fighting an elephant.
So you want to see and revisit the wars if you could. The wars
Yeah,
at that when the missile was not made, when guns were not made, how people used to fight.
yeah, and I can also watch that moment because
Okay. So
at
that's
that time there
nice.
was no missile
Mhm.
that can
I,
harm me. Okay,
that,
I can if I would like to watch watch or see uh, at present fighting, then missile can harm me. Okay, but if I would like to see that moment, then I can easily see.